Have you ever heard about like the power of positive thinking and how it can shape your reality?
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating, isn't it?
What if it's actually like more than just wishful thinking?
Right.
Today, we're going to be diving into the law of attraction. And
Mhm.
that's that idea that like what you focus on, you attract.
Hmm.
And we're going to be looking at that in the context of quantum physics,
Oh, wow.
which is super relevant, actually.
I mean, that's a really interesting intersection, right? Like,
Yeah.
you've got this inner world of thoughts and feelings,
Right.
and then you've got, like, the fundamental nature of the universe, as
Yeah.
described by quantum mechanics.
Exactly.
It really makes you wonder if the same principles that govern those tiny particles could also be affecting our lives on a much larger scale.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
If you've ever like been intrigued by the law of attraction but kind of wondered how it all works,
Yeah.
this is for you.
This deep dive is for you.
Yeah, today we're going to be exploring the connection between the law of attraction and quantum physics to see where these two seemingly totally different ideas
Right.
might actually line up.
Yeah.
And ultimately, we want to help you understand how you can use this knowledge
Uh-huh.
to make your goals a reality with more intention and maybe even faster.
Yeah, so let's start by talking about the law of attraction.
Okay.
How would you explain that to someone who's never heard of it before?
It's basically that principle of like attracts. Like,
Okay.
so what you focus on, you bring more of into your life.
Right. So if you're constantly thinking about abundance,
Yeah,
you're more likely to experience abundance.
exactly.
But if you're dwelling on lack,
Yeah.
that's what you're going to see more of.
Yeah, and it's not just our thoughts either.
No, it's our feelings too.
Exactly.
Like our thoughts and emotions have this energy that they're putting out into the world.
Yeah, it's not just some abstract thing happening in your head. It's like
Right.
it's actually emitting some kind of energy.
Exactly. And the law of attraction says that the universe is picking up on that energy. It's not just a neutral observer.
Mm.
It's actively responding to the vibes we're sending out.
Yeah.
Your thoughts and feelings create a sort of frequency,
Right.
and the universe picks up on that.
It's like tuning into a radio station.
Uh-huh.
You know, if you're tuned into a positive frequency,
Yeah.
you're going to get more positive experiences.
Exactly.
But if you're stuck on a negative frequency,
Right.
it's going to be a lot harder to manifest the things you want.
It's like if you're in a bad mood
Mm-hmm.
and suddenly everything seems to go wrong.
Totally.
The law of attraction would say that's not just bad luck.
Yeah.
It's your energy attracting those negative experiences.
Have you ever noticed that, like when you're in a good mood?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Good things just seem to happen.
Absolutely.
It's like the universe is conspiring to make your day even better.
It really is.
And then, of course, the law of attraction also talks about visualization.
Right.
Like picturing what you want in vivid detail
Yeah.
and believing that it's actually possible.
It's all about amplifying that signal you're sending out.
Exactly. So that's the law of attraction in a nutshell.
Okay.
Now, let's jump into quantum physics.
Right.
I know it sounds kind of intimidating,
Yeah.
but stick with us.
It's really not as complicated as it sounds.
No.
At its heart, quantum physics is just the study of the universe at its tiniest level.
Right.
Like we're talking about atoms and the particles that make them up.
So small.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does quantum physics have to do with the law of attraction?
Well, one of the most mind-blowing things about quantum physics
Yeah.
is that it shows us that everything is energy.
Really?
Even things that seem solid,
Wow.
if you could zoom in close enough,
Uh-huh.
you'd see that they're mostly empty space.
It's crazy to think about.
And the thing that's holding it all together is energy.
That's wild.
And that includes our thoughts and emotions, too.
Okay, so our thoughts and feelings,
Yeah.
they have an energy. And that energy is somehow connected to the energy that makes up everything in the universe.
Exactly.
Wow.
And here's where things get even weirder.
Okay.
Scientists discovered this thing called the observer effect.
The observer effect.
Yeah.
What's that?
Basically, they found that just by observing something at the quantum level,
Mm-hmm.
we can actually change how it behaves.
Hmm. Wait, so just by looking at something,
Yeah.
you can change it?
Well, it's more like
Okay.
before we observe it,
Yeah.
a quantum particle exists in a state of multiple possibilities.
Okay. Right.
But the moment we look at it,
Right.
it collapses into one specific state.
So our observation, like, forces it to choose.
It's like it does.
It's so bizarre.
It really challenges our understanding of reality
Yeah.
because it suggests that consciousness,
Uh-huh.
or at least the act of observation,
Right.
might be playing a role in shaping the world around us.
That's mind-blowing.
It is.
And how does that tie back to the law of attraction?
Well, the law of attraction also talks about how our thoughts and intentions influence our reality.
Right.
So the observer effect in quantum physics
Yeah.
kind of gives us a scientific framework for how that might be possible.
It's like our thoughts are the observers,
Yeah.
and they're collapsing the possibilities into the reality that we experience.
Exactly.
That's pretty powerful stuff.
It is.
Okay, so if observing something can actually change it,
Uh-huh.
what else does quantum physics tell us?
Well, there's this other concept called superposition.
Superposition.
Yeah, it's the idea that a quantum particle can actually exist in multiple states at the same time.
Multiple states. Like it's in two places at once.
It's more like it's in all possible states at once
Ooh.
until we observe it and it collapses into one specific state.
So it's not just uncertainty, it's like actual multiple realities existing at the same time.
Exactly.
Okay, so how does superposition relate to the law of attraction?
Well, imagine if the reality you want,
Yeah.
with all your goals achieved, already exists as one of those possible states.
Okay.
Your focused intention and belief could be what collapses that possibility into your actual experience.
So like all the different versions of our lives are out there somewhere.
Yeah.
And our thoughts and feelings are like choosing which one we experience.
That's the idea.
That's huge.
It is.
So to recap, everything is energy. Our
Mhm.
thoughts are energy. And
Okay.
that energy is interacting with the energy of the universe
Yeah.
and potentially shaping our reality
Exactly.
through these quantum principles like the observer effect and superposition.
And this could be the scientific explanation behind the law of attraction.
Oh,
It shows
Yeah.
us that our thoughts aren't just some fleeting things.
right.
They actually have a real impact on the world around us.
Okay, so our thoughts are energy and
Yeah.
they're interacting with this quantum field.
Yeah, think of it like a sea of energy
Okay?
that connects everything in the universe.
And our thoughts are like sending ripples out into that sea. Okay, and the more we focus on a particular thought,
Yeah.
the stronger those ripples become,
Uh-huh.
and the more likely they are to attract similar energy back to us.
Precisely.
So if we want to manifest something,
Right.
we need to make those ripples really strong and clear.
Exactly.
Okay, and what about emotions?
Emotions are like superchargers for your thoughts.
Oh,
When
interesting.
you feel a strong emotion,
Uh,
whether it's positive or negative,
yeah.
it amplifies the energy of your thought.
So if we're feeling excited and joyful, that's going to make our thoughts even more powerful.
Exactly.
But if we're feeling scared or doubtful,
Uh-huh.
it's going to weaken our ability to manifest what we want.
That's right.
Okay, so we got to keep our vibes high.
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned parallel realities earlier,
Yeah.
and I'm still kind of mind blown by that.
Yeah. It's a pretty wild concept.
So if there are all these different versions of reality out there,
Right.
how do we choose which one we experience?
Well, the idea is that our focus and intention
Yeah.
are constantly shifting our awareness between these different realities.
So like we're surfing through the multiverse,
Kind of.
and our thoughts and feelings are the surfboard.
That's a good analogy.
So if we want to experience a reality where we're happy, healthy, and successful,
Yeah.
we need to focus on those things and cultivate those feelings.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so this is all pretty mind-blowing stuff.
It is.
But how do we actually apply this in our everyday lives?
Right. So let's get practical.
Okay.
One technique is called quantum visualization.
Quantum visualization.
Right.
What's that?
It's not just about picturing your goal.
Okay.
It's about really feeling it.
Feeling it.
Yeah, like you've already achieved it.
Okay.
So if your goal is to have more money,
Yeah.
don't just visualize a big pile of cash.
Okay.
Feel the feeling of abundance.
Right.
Feel the security and freedom that comes with having that money.
Okay, so I'm not just seeing it, I'm like embodying it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And remember the observer effect that we
Uh-huh.
talked about?
Yeah.
Another powerful technique is to focus your intention on your goal without a shred of doubt.
Okay.
Just like the observer collapses the wave function,
Right.
your unwavering focus can help collapse the possibilities into the reality you want.
So no more second guessing,
Nope.
no more what ifs.
Just pure focused intention.
Got it.
And then there's the principle of like attracts like.
Uh-huh.
So we need to raise our frequency
Okay.
by cultivating positive emotions.
So things like gratitude, joy, love.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Okay.
When you're feeling those high vibe emotions,
Uh-huh.
you're more likely to attract positive experiences into your life.
It's like we're sending out a beacon of positivity.
Yeah.
And the universe is responding in kind.
Precisely.
And what about affirmations?
Affirmations are great,
Okay.
but to really make them work,
Uh-huh.
you need to feel them.
Feel.
Yeah, don't just say the words.
Right.
Really embody the feeling behind them.
So if I'm affirming I am healthy,
Yeah,
I need to actually feel the sensation of health and vitality in my body.
exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's about aligning your energy with the words.
Okay. And then finally, you mentioned trust and letting go.
Uh-huh.
How does that fit in?
It can be tempting to try to control every detail of how your manifestation unfolds.
Yeah, I can see that.
But that can actually create resistance.
Oh, interesting.
It's like you're not trusting the universe to do its thing.
So we need to set our intention
Yeah.
and then step back and let the universe handle the details.
It's
It's
exactly.
like planting a seed and trusting it to grow.
Perfect analogy.
Okay, so we've talked about all these amazing techniques. Yeah. But what about the things that can block our manifestations?
Right, let's talk about some of the pitfalls.
Okay.
One big one is doubt.
Doubt, yeah.
If you're constantly second-guessing the process,
Uh-huh.
you're sending mixed signals to the universe.
It's like we're putting one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. We're not fully committed,
Right.
so we're not going to get very far.
And then there's focusing on lack.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
When you're constantly thinking about what you don't have,
Yeah.
you're just attracting more lack into your life.
It's like that saying, what you resist persists.
Uh-huh.
If you're focused on the absence of something, that's what you're going to keep experiencing.
Another mistake is trying to force the how.
Force of the how.
Yeah, like trying to micromanage every step of the manifestation process
Okay.
instead of trusting the universe to bring things to you in the best possible way.
So we need to surrender to the process.
Exactly.
Just that the universe has our back.
And finally, there's low vibrational energy.
Low vibrational energy.
Yeah, like negative emotions like fear, anger, resentment.
Right.
Those emotions can really block your manifestations.
Because attracts, if we're putting out negative energy,
Yeah.
we're going to attract more negativity back to us.
So it's important to cultivate those high vibe emotions.
Right.
Like gratitude, joy, and love.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
But the key takeaway is that we have the power to shape our reality through our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs.
And quantum physics gives us a glimpse into how that might be possible.
Yeah, it's like the science is catching up with the spirituality.
I think so.
So what's our call to action for our listeners today?
I would say start experimenting.
Yeah.
Try out some of the techniques we've talked about today.
Quantum visualization, focused intention.
Yeah, raising your frequency,
Yeah.
affirmations with emotion,
Trust and letting go.
all of it.
Pick one or two and see what happens.
Exactly. You don't have to do everything at once.
Just start small and be consistent and
Pay attention to the results.
yeah, because even small shifts in your thinking and feeling can lead to big changes in your life.
Absolutely.
So this has been a fascinating deep dive,
It is.
and it's left me with a lot to think about.
Me too.
If our consciousness really can interact with the fabric of reality at a quantum level, what are the limits of our potential?
It's a question worth pondering.
It is.
If we can manifest our own reality,
Yeah.
what responsibility do we have to use that power wisely?
That's a big question,
It is.
and one that we'll have to continue exploring together.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us today on the deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
Until then,
Keep diving.
yeah, keep exploring.